Hi everyone, welcome to Love Glue Creations. I'm Felicia and I don't have my sidekick with me today, Jules, unfortunately. So today it's just going to be me and we're going to make something really fun specifically for Easter. I'm really excited to share this with you all. I found some really cool pieces for us to use and you can source them at your local stores as well. You know me, I'm always using Hobby Lobby, Micheals, Home Goods. So we're going to be using or utilizing or getting our products from some of those stores for this unique design today. Stay tuned. Let's wreath. Okay, so one thing I wanted to do was show you what we're going to be making. So I had to create one in order to show you so you can see how much fun it's going to be as we're creating this. So get ready. Very unique, very different. We're making a beautiful Easter candlestick. How cute is that? I'm excited. So I found these candlesticks at Home Goods. So I'll just give you a close up. How cute is that candlestick? Got a piece of glue hanging right there. Where's it at? Okay. So really nice. Very pretty. And we're going to spruce it up. I used these beautiful pink flocked eggs. I want to show you the back, what I did to the back. I kind of made it like a little bushy back in the back. The reason why is because when I ship it, I want to be able to lay it down in the box. So that way it doesn't mess up the floral and the greenery of the wreath. And I have a bow on top along with some tulips in the bow. So this is going to be really nice for someone's Easter table. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the ingredients. So here's the other friend of this candlestick holder. So these came from Home Goods, and they had several at my Home Goods, and it's actually a Martha Stewart brand, so it came in a box like this. So you can find these similar at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and so forth. So they had different varieties, other brands, not just Martha Stewart. I almost went crazy and bought several. We're also going to be using a pink flocked egg. This came from Hobby Lobby. All right. And we're going to use several types of florals. I use tulips in this design. These are from Micheals. Tulips are on sale right now. Several colors, multiple colors. The great thing about this candlestick holder is look at all these pre-Easter colors. You could buy a green egg, a yellow egg. You can use multiple types of colors of eggs for this pretty arrangement. I used pink, but we could have used any colors, a variety of colors for this. I like that it has that in it. We're going to use some pretty pink floral sprays. Again, these came from Hobby Lobby as well. So you could use, if you're going to use, say, any of the other colors in that candlestick, you could use different color florals as well. One thing around this egg is I have some greenery, and just to give it that spring green grass vibe. So I got these as well from, these came from Micheals, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ashland's at Micheals. So these are from Micheals, and see how pretty these are. I'll have this listed also in my description at the bottom of my page. So we're using just some greenery. Now you could use different kinds of greenery. I got these as well. I really like these. I like how it has that grassy look to it as well with the white flowers, the small flowers on it. Gives you that kind of out in the pasture kind of feel as well. And I used this. This came from Micheals as well. So I just kind of added a few of these just throughout. So they just kind of hang down a little bit. I didn't want to cover up the candlestick too much because I want you to still see how cute that is. I don't want to hide our little rabbit. All right. And we're just going to use a piece of styrofoam to mount on top of the candlestick holder. We're going to glue it on, but I'm going to show you a trick to make sure that that the egg stays on top. We could just glue it on just like this, right? But it's just it doesn't have a balance. And yeah, we can glue it, but to me I felt like it wouldn't stick and hold well enough and with all the glue. So I'm going to show you how I made it work. All right. Okay, now let's wreath. It's not a wreath, but let's wreath. Forgot to show you the ribbon. All right, here's the ribbon. So look how pretty this is. So this is a Fair Silk brand. I like that it has the sparkly in it. And it's kind of a thin ribbon, and it's see-through, but it's perfect. It's got the same colors that are in the candlestick itself. So how pretty is that? And then this is another Ferris silk, which has the flowers. This is like a, I don't know what this one's called, but it's another Ferris silk design. And I love that it has these beautiful colors, same colors that are in my candlestick. So everything matches. Everything is going to pop really, really well and bring out everything within this candlestick holder, from the bottom base to the egg, to the florals, to the greenery. All right, now let's wreath. Okay. All right, so here comes the easy part. All we're going to do is take this piece of styrofoam, and you could have used any kind of styrofoam. We could have just cut a piece of styrofoam or anything. I just bought a round piece just to make it symmetrical to my top of my base. And it fits perfectly. But again, you could have just cut a piece of styrofoam, put on top, because it's going to get covered up anyway. All right, so we want to glue on the styrofoam onto the top of our base, and I don't think my glue gun is hot enough yet. So guess what? We're going to use my glue pot. I know my glue pot is hot. All right, so we're just going to get a, let's see, got a pick in here. I do have a pick, and I'm going to use the pick as a spoon, and we're going to put some glue on from the glue pot. All right, so just dip it in there and just rub it on there. Really good. Be generous with it. Okay, let's turn this over so y'all can see what's going on here. Let's go this way. Here we go. See this working. Okay, it's coming along. Taking too long. I had the glue pot on for the picks. I didn't have it on for this part, so my apologies as we get this going. All right, it's good enough. All right, and just center it right on top. That's all you need. Easy peasy. That was easy. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's having a great week. We got spring break coming up for the kiddos here on our side of the world. So I will be on spring break, my job. I work for the school district, so we will be on spring break. I'm excited about that. So Jules has to work though. Poor thing. All right, so next what we want to do is, all right, so here's what I was talking about. Here is the tip of the week. So, like I said, when I sit my egg on top, it's going to kind of be, not balanced. And yes, we can glue it and it'll stick. But I want it to be able to sit in there really, really sturdy, okay? Even though I'm going to glue it. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I had to raise the camera up just a little bit so y'all can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop out a hole, a crater in our styrofoam, okay? So I got this, it's a plain old ice cream scoop, and we're just going to scoop out around like this, just to give the egg a crater to sit inside of, okay? And because it's styrofoam, it's easy to work with. Easy to cut through, tear through, and we're not trying to be perfect with the crater. We're just trying to get enough so that it can sit inside, nice and snug, inside our styrofoam. And I think that's pretty much all we need. Ta-da! We got a crater, and check this out. Now it's more able to sit inside the bottom, nice and smooth and centered. And it's got it's a pocket. It's got a pocket for it to sit in. See? All right, so I'm just going to glue that in and be generous with the glue. These flopped eggs are so light and easy to use as well. So don't be afraid to work with your egg. And you could have put a flopped small bunny on top. That would have been cute. I actually have a small bunny. Oh well. I could have tried it, but I don't want my glue to. Now, sitting in there, it's glued in. Whoops, let's make sure it's centered. Let's give it a few minutes and that's going to be on there. All right, let's let this sit and we'll be right back. Okay, so now our egg is securely on there. It's not going anywhere. Ta-da! All right, how cute is that bunny? Hold on. Okay, so and I like how the egg just kind of goes up with the flow of the eggs on the bottom and then bam, an egg on top. All right, like I said, we could have put a bunny on there. I have a really cute bunny, a flocked blue bunny. This one's pretty big and it would have been too big on top. But if you have a smaller one, it would have been cute just to accent and help enhance the bunny that's on this candlestick holder. So I think there are so many options. Here's a teeny tiny one I have, but that one would have been way, way too small. Okay, so just something to consider. All right, let's keep going. So now what I want to do is make the bow for the top. Easy peasy, really, really simple bow. It's not going to take a lot to do this. It's just 2 loops of each ribbon. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with this one first, and I made 2 5-inch loops. Okay, and I have my bow maker in my Amazon shop, so feel free if you're looking for an easy way to make a bow, the bow maker is perfect. All right, so just 2 loops of this one, and it's going to have pretty much maybe a 5-inch tail, nothing too long. All right, and then we're going to do the same with this beautiful ribbon. And it's going to have about a 5.5-inch loop each. And again, we don't need a whole lot of ribbon. We don't need a whole lot of bow for this at the top. Just a pretty simple bow to help enhance our egg. Okay, so now all we have to do is zip tie this together. Okay, and really easy peasy. And we're not going to put anything in the center because the center of our bow is going to be tulips. Okay, all right, so we'll just fluff that out, and it's just pretty, just like that, just simple. Okay. All right, bring our tails down. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail our tails. Let's move this out the way. We'll cut our zip tie. And again, it's not a bodacious bow. I don't feel like we need all that for this. Let's cut this one down just a little bit. Now, how am I going to attach this to the top of our egg, you ask? Well, we are going to use a floral. Okay, and so we're just going to take the floral pin, okay, push it through the bow like this, the center of the bow, just like that. See how it went through the center? And then we're just going to stick it on top of the egg, just like that. But what I want to do is add some glue to it. Let me cut this down just a little bit. Get rid of that piece right there. I know there's like a tool that you can buy to really cut that piece of the zip tie really smooth, but we don't need it right now. All right, so, and I don't have the tool anyway. So anyway, as you can see, that it went through just like that, and added some glue, and we're going to just stick it right on top just like that. Okay, so I'm just going to dip it in my glue pot. Some wires around, all that good stuff. And I could have put it in the glue first and then put it on, but I don't want to have the glue mess up my bow. Okay, so very carefully dip it in there. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to get it on the stick pieces, the ends of the floral stems. And then we're just going to put it in there, right on top. So it sticks right through on top, okay? And just kind of open it up a little bit. And like I said, we are going to add tulips in the center, just like we did the other one. You may not have noticed, but I'll show you again. Once it's all said and done, you'll be able to see. And so far so good. Okay, right on the top. All right, so now we're going to start with our greenery. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start with our greenery, and we're going to use this pretty spring bush. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut down our the bushes, and we're going to insert them into our styrofoam. Okay, so what I did was on the first one, because I don't want the stems to be too long, so what I'm going to do, because I could stick it in just like that, but then they'd be protruding way outside of the egg, so we're going to cut it down in a portion of it. Okay, so just enough to make sure that I have a decent enough size stem to stick through and to be able to stick through. And just dip it in our glue. And what we're going to do is we're going to just start adding our grass. Stick it through and it starts sticking out. And we're going to continue to do that all the way around. And I'm using this one first, and then we'll move over and add a few pieces of the longer greenery in a minute. Okay, so let's do a couple pieces. And again, I got these from Micheals. And I love the spring look that it has. And I like the white little flowers, the white little balls on top that help brighten it up and give it that spring vibe. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to add our greenery all the way around our egg. And again, make sure that you're not using stems that are too long. Now, if this was not a decorated candlestick without the bunny, yeah, we could have them drape them down, but I don't want to lose our bunny down here. I want him to be seen. He's got to be seen. That's the whole point. Okay. All right. So I'm going to continue to do this, and we'll be right back. And I'm going to only do the front and the sides. Okay. So I'm going to leave the back. So I'm going to put the tulips on the back just to kind of cover up the greenery, the green styrofoam as well. But and the reason why I did that is for shipping purposes, because I don't want to have to smush down my greenery in the back. All right, so let me finish filling this up, and then we'll go to the next piece of greenery. All right, so next up, what I want to do is go ahead and start using some of this greenery. Now these pieces are a little longer, and I kind of want the long to stand out a little bit, so I'm going to cut them to where when I place them, and I'm not going to use a lot of these, but just to give it some texture. Okay, so I'm going to put one on this side, one in the center, and one on this side. Okay, so let's see, just enough to where it kind of just adds just a little bit of, like that. Okay, and we're going to add one in the center. So cut it at the stem. And again, you can use any kind of greenery, y'all. It doesn't have to be what I'm using. And again, I just go to Micheals and I'm like, okay, get some inspiration. Sometimes you can just walk through the stores and get inspiration of what you're looking at. You may not know what you're going to make. So, and that happens to me sometimes. I'm like, what am I going to make? And then I see something, ooh, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? So, and it's just kind of, what you see helps bring out what you want to do. I think that works for me. I don't know if that works for anyone else, but that's kind of how it works for me. So, all right. Okay, let's bring this down just a little bit. See, it's not hanging too much out, but look how pretty that is. Okay, Now we want to go ahead and add our florals. I'm so excited. We're almost done. We are literally almost done. Okay, so now we want to add our florals. And again, this is a pretty bunch that I got from Micheals. And I used some of these for the other one. So I like the light pinkness of these roses. We have looks like a gardenia. So we're going to use 3 of these. And I want those to be in the center. So let's put the gardenia first in the center. So these will be more centered around the egg. So one right here in the center, just like that. Again, you could have used roses. You could have used more tulips. So it'll sit in the center just like that. And I already got one rose cut. So we're going to put this one right here on the side. And make like a beautiful bouquet of florals right around our egg. Just like that. See how it's coming together? Let's cut one more rose. We'll put this one on the side. Let's fix this a little bit. Okay, so we'll put this one on the side. Just like that. That looks pretty. All right, and I had this flower right here, and I thought this would be pretty to add somewhere up in there. Kind of give it that same vibe that I have going on with this other one. Kind of match them a little bit. And this just adds a different kind of color to it. So, let's see. We stick it right up in here, just like that. All right, so let's do that. Don't want to get it on my flowers. Don't want to get it on my petals. Where are you going, buddy? Okay. All right, so now what I want to do, and save your leaves. You never know when you can use them. They could be fillers for something. Don't throw those away. I have a bin that I keep my leaves in. So next what I want to do is, let's go ahead and add our tulips, but I want to add them to the top of my bow. Okay, so we can cover up what's going on at the top, so you can't see the zip tie. I'm pulling it off. Just pulling it right off. Okay, that's all I need. Just a little bit, just to make the bow full, make it pretty, so that you cannot see the zip tie, like I said. Let me lower it down some so you can kind of see. See? There we go. One more in the center. We're good. It's a pretty bow with flowers. Ta-da! That's pretty. All right. So now what I want to do is add some of these tulips to the sides of my design. All right, so, and we're just going to cut the tulips. Its stem is 3. See that? So it's like 3 on the stem. So all I'm going to do is cut it right here. Get enough of the stem. And just start putting them around the base as well. It just adds another element of spring, another element of pink to the design. Just like that. So pretty, pretty, pretty. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to add a tulip in the center as well, kind of like I have this one. Okay, somewhere up in here. What I want to do is start working on the back, and I showed y'all the back of the other one, and so all I did was pick off the tulip from its stem, dip this little tip into the glue, and just kind of start forming. Stick it through the styrofoam and it'll start forming a little bushy little tulip bud. Okay, so a little bushy tulip bush all around the back. Okay, and that's just going to cover up the green styrofoam, but still make it look pretty. Just like that, see? All right, so I'm going to keep working on this, get it all filled, and we'll be right back, but you can see that it's starting to form. See that? All right, I won't bore y'all with going all the way around, but let's do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, time for the final reveal, and here we are. So this is the one that we just created. All right, so you can see the candlestick, you can see the bunny. How pretty is that? All right, so pretty. And then this is the other one, almost identical, side by side. How pretty. All righty. Very unique, very different. Here's this bunny and the bunny butts, the back of the, you know what I was thinking when I was doing this, you could have just used the tulips and went all the way around the base just like this on the back of these, of the candlesticks. So that would have been really pretty to have just the tulips as the base. Oh, I should have thought about that. It's not over. Still can make some more. And there's so many different things that you can do to the tops of our eggs. You could have used bunnies. As a matter of fact, you can use some really pretty, those green bunnies that I used in my Easter tablescape last year was so pretty. I love that green. So I may do that as well. So this is not the end of our spring fling fun designs. We're going to have some more coming your way. Sorry, Jules couldn't make it tonight, but we did this together. It was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know it's been a while since I posted, but I'm back to the drawing board, back to being normal, being on schedule. All right, y'all have a good week, and we'll see you next time.